So it's Shantae, aka 40 Tay, with my man
Jay.
Hey, how y'all doing? We have a topic we want to talk about. A lot of people have asked us about our relationship and how we've stuck through a lot of stuff together, and a lot of people want to know like the testimony or the journey that we have had together since we met each other. We don't have enough time for that, but we'll give you the short version. I'll kick it off with what I remember. I was in a relationship with a female. I wasn't happy because I was being a hypocritical Christian and, being with a woman and trying to be a Christian. And then my ex-partner started college classes and I got bored. So I decided to go for my GED. And then that's when I met him, and he could kick it off from there.
Okay. Well, in the midst of that, Shantae, I knew that from the second I saw her walk through the door. Even though she was attractive, I knew I had to respect her because I saw she had a tattoo of her ex-lover on her arm.
It's covered up now.
Yeah. So that's kind of what stopped me at the time. And, she was only there maybe one time that whole year, which a couple months went by, and I didn't know if I would see her again, but I was hoping I would. Sure enough, I did. But all this is before we actually had gotten together, because at that time I too was dating somebody. Not immediately, but a little bit after I was. And, on a short note, I'm about to make a little pit stop. From what I remember of my ex and her children and her fiance, unless they're married now, they seem to be doing fine. That's the only relationship that she's had, to my knowledge, that lasts longer than her and I. So I'm grateful that she has found her partner in life. But getting back to us, there was a lot of we had a lot of challenges. Sometimes her folks didn't think that I was good enough for her. Sometimes my folks saw it the same. Sometimes we just go through it that way. And there's a point in every relationship where your heart needs to stand out before your appearance, because people based us off of appearance, I feel like, more so, or even bad choices and good choices, like those always got meshed, or our standard in life, all that other stuff. And it wasn't always easy for us to stay together, because sometimes there was some sense to what they said, even when we didn't want to believe it. However, did that affect our decision? No. Did we have breakups along the way? Yeah, we did. But within that time period, what was the strongest solid foundation of us being together? Our trust in God. It was simple as that. Because without that, we would have probably been with other people and stuff.
Or dead.
Yeah. And I would just say that shucks, with a lot of things that we've been through in our journey, there were times we had to cut people off. There were times where we just stopped being appealing to people because we didn't want people to notice us, or try to hit on us, or whatever the case. And there was even times where we were just rude to people who even seemed like they would even try to hit on us. And that's just how direct our love was in I'd say to some degree is, even though we've matured a lot since then and we handle things a little bit more differently. A little bit more. Because I'm not going to get into it, but not too long ago, there was a situation that my girl had to kind of handle a little bit. But I'm blessed to have this mighty, God-fearing woman by my side, because I would say that not only do I have comfort in someone, but I also have someone who is willing to be just as loyal to me as I am to her. I love this woman. I would say that us having all those trips to the hospital together, all the cop calls in the middle of people trying to break up on your property and stuff like that, and be like, oh, shucks. You know, all the jealous, like, gang members or church girls, whatever you want to call it, like, you know, the list just goes on and on and on and on.
Baby, we do have a lot of haters.
Yeah, the so-called mafia people that was after us. You know, and not saying
it's funny to go through it because it's a scary situation, but you know, I could laugh about it now because you know, I don't live in the past. I try to live in the present.
Yeah, and I'm not laughing at them as dangerous people. I'm just laughing at the fact that
they think they shot callers and they ain't nothing.
Not even that. The fact that out of it's one huge world, and this status quo that everybody have, we don't have half the, I guess, respect or fear that they have, but yet we've been running through their mind without even trying. It's like, you're this big time criminal, but yet you can't look around, or you have insecurity problems. I don't know. Or yet you're this woman with all these huge standards and stuff like that. And you're telling me that I'm settling. And not for nothing, there's just sometimes where you have to show people two things. One, who you really are, and two, who they're not. You show them who they're not, and you show them who you are, you know, after a while, it's only hard to really stay with someone who's not following your lead. You know, you could try to force it, but here's the thing. You keep forcing certain things, eventually you'll get people to the point where they want to make you mad and they want to get underneath your skin because they know that you can't stand them. And everybody wants to be with whoever accepts them for who they really are. In long-term relationships, they do.
Like ours, I mean, we've been rocking, 11 years, going on 12?
10 going on 11, actually.
10 on 11?
Yeah. So, you know, our journey together had how we stayed together through a lot of madness. It was sometimes just simple choice, like, okay, I don't care how I feel or how, like, I'm just gonna stay because that's my choice, my decision. And then there's other times where I just needed God to show me, you know, that it wasn't wrong to be with someone who I wanted. And sometimes she needed the same thing. But it looks like I have ranted and raved a good amount. Anything else you want to say, baby?
No, I'm just saying that, you know, he even accepts me with my mental illness, and sometimes I feel I need, like, I have a caregiver or something, you know, like, because I be sedated at night, and when he be here, you know, I ask him to get me food. If he's not here, then I gotta pre-plan, you know what I mean, because I'm so sedated. So he accommodates me more than what I need, and I appreciate that from him. It's not only respect, but it's love, because he could be in the middle of a dead sleep and I'm hungry, I can't move. Baby, wake up. Can I get this? And you're like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
She ain't lying about that.
No, I'm not. And at one point in the beginning of our relationship, it annoyed him that I got him out of bed. Let's just keep it real. You remember when you told me in the park model and I was like going through it and I said, I'm sorry that you have to feed me like this? And you said it was a little bit frustrating, but you've gotten used to it.
Yeah, like you got used to my snoring.
Yeah, in the beginning, it was just like, you know, it was so hard. He didn't understand the severity of me being incapable of moving because I get so sedated. It's not because I want to be on hand and feet service. It's because I can't move. It ain't the Thorazine shuffle. It's the Seroquel shuffle. Seroquel shuffle. It'll make me eat you out of house and home, but it's a good antipsychotic. But, you know, I just couldn't have asked for a better man in my life. We're even able to call each other out, as long as it's not too much of a sensitive subject to where we need time to like process a little bit or not impulsively react in our emotional mind. Because with me, I always react with my emotional mind, because if I was in my wise mind, I'd be normal. So.
And with me, I have to approach the situation right away, because when things build up in me, you patient people know this. When things build up over time, when we go off, we go off.
Because you internalize so much, you just go off like a pressure cooker.
And we don't realize it because we're thinking that, you know, this was just a situation we could put behind us. And after a while, it becomes like a poison that just eats out, and you just have to react.
But if y'all have any questions for us, like, you know, how did we end up with dealing with this situation, whatever, because we have a very strong testimony and a very strong relationship, and he does CIT with me, so, which is Crisis Intervention Team. But that's most basically a testimony of us. And if you guys like it, subscribe to my channel. And I hope you like this video. I'm out. This is AK40Tay with my man
Jay. And for those of you who have a good person by you, just keep the Lord first and let him be that gap and bridge to y'all's relationship.
Yeah.
I love y'all.
All right. Bye.
Peace.